So, welcome back to part 2, Act 2. The first thing I want to do is actually show you guys how to actually trade. So, we're going to be going to this website called pathofexile.com. And then we just click where it says trade. Now, if you're using Steam or whatever, you may have to log in. But all you have to do is click where it says trade, and then you start searching for your items. The item that I want to go ahead and actually purchase is called Roth's Reach. I'm going to just type in the word Roth's Reach. I'm just going to hit search. It should be like 1 Orb of Alchemy. It's a relatively cheap item. There we go. There's if we can find a 3-linked one, that would be ideal. Currently, yeah, we have another 3-link, so I can forego that one being the main source. So there's also a bunch of different filters here, so I can go ahead and select. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm just going to show you guys how to trade as early on as possible because it really helps out. So we want Orb of Alchemy as our currency. It's usually going to be like a smaller currency that people will still actually trade for. Ideally, I just want to get whatever one has the highest amount of elemental damage on it. So now I'm going to go ahead and direct whisper this person, and I'm going to have to log in first, though. That's important because I've already logged in. I'm going to click where it says direct whisper. It's going to whisper them, and he's going to invite me to his game. It is very, very normal that the person does not respond, especially in the earlier stages when it's like a small currency item. When it's like a big item, people tend to respond a little bit better. Guy, for whatever reason, didn't respond. It's no big deal. Nothing you can do about it. Go to the next person. Let's go ahead and try the next person over here. So I'm just clicking where it says direct whisper. And there's 3 people that have this item listed. Okay, so his is already sold. Going next. The next person over here. And he will send us an invite. I'm going to hit accept. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on... He's going to come up in our party, and I'm going to click on the little swirl that's next to his name. It'll teleport me towards his hideout, but he just decided to warp in to me, and that's fine. It's very normal that people don't have, the, I guess, time sometimes to trade a low currency item. So wait for him to hit this thing where it says trade, and you hit accept. I'm going to put in my item, and I'm going to mouse over, make sure it's the correct item, and then I have my item. And there, we just did our very first trade. So... this, depending on the time, it could cost 1 to 2 orbs of alchemy. 1 is a cheap price, so that guy just sold his. And that's all I wanted to get. Now, do I need this item right now? No, absolutely not. I just want to show you guys the basics of trading. You don't have to engage in trade the whole time you play, but I highly recommend it. It's one of the best ways to actually get upgrades in the game. But now that we've done a quick little trade here, let's go ahead and clean up our inventory. So I'm going to sell some items, and eventually we will be using this. And this time we're actually live streaming. Am I going to play some Diablo tonight? Honestly, probably a lot more PoE. So I'm going to go ahead and have this. I have a bunch of little notes on the side as far as which quests are important to do. So let's go ahead and continue. So starting right off, we're going to go out to the right side. We're going to go to the old fields. And I can't equip the item that we just got, and that's okay. We will be using it later. And we could actually engage with a newer mechanic too. We can see if we can do it now. Now that we're in Act 2, let's see if maybe our character is strong enough to go ahead and do it. Okay, it's still what I would consider way too difficult. But let's try to push through on this one. Just to see if I could recommend you guys to actually do this kind of content. And once we're level 18, which we'll be getting very soon, we can use that brand new bow that we just picked up. Okay, maybe we can use that. Let's see, we can maybe use that as well. The item is good enough. So maybe now we can actually kill the stuff. We can actually engage with the league mechanics. Oh, there's actually no map. I just noticed that in the top right. This is for the brand new league, so yeah, it's brand new. Well, hello, Brian. How you doing? What's the best sorcerer build for a beginner? The sorcerers? Are you talking about Path of Exile? Or are you talking about Diablo? Because in Diablo, Ball Lightning, if you're playing Path of Exile, you can use Freezing Pulse. Okay, now I guess we just go back. That's it? There's no more? And then that's... do we get items at the end? Well, we got some items. Was it worth it? Not really. That's what I was saying. The difficulty usually in Path of Exile is not worth it in the very beginning, and this would be absolutely the case. Oh, that guy just inflicted a massive bleed on us. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue. So we got double shrines over here. And with the next 2 skill points, we're going to invest into getting that int and strength, so we can actually use different pieces of gear. Hello, Wild, how you doing? When does PoE 2 drop? The beta is scheduled for next year. Alright, so what we're going to do is from Act 2, from going on the right side, we're going to look for the den. Now this quest is kind of optional, but it does give us an extra flask, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think it's relatively quick. You'll see how fast we can get this thing done, and that one detonates corpses, so we got to be careful on that one. And get some upgrades on a boot, that would be great. You playing some SRS Guardian? Nice, man. I am playing some Lightning Arrow. Like, I don't think I could ever swap on a League starter. After learning Lightning Arrow and min-maxing it with Nimbus, the fact that on our endgame build, we don't have to aim. We can teleport across the entire map, and it's super fast. Great for bossing, great for just clearing content. Like, there's no weak side of this build. Very beginner friendly too. The reason why is because you get to move so much. So we just finished killing that beast at the end, and later we're going to go to town and we'll get a reward. But the reason why I like doing that is because eventually I want to run 3 movement speed flasks. And the reason why I want to run 3 movement speed flasks is because I want to go as fast as possible. Because the majority of the campaign is actually spent running from point A to point B. Ooh, something dropped over there. That's just chromatic orb. Nothing too special, but once we get the next level, we'll put in the skill point. But appreciate the TikTok gif, Wild. But this season, we're going to be getting the new tinctures. I don't know what level we start getting the newer like items at. We'll have to just probably progress, and eventually we'll get them. Ooh, that was a big slam.
My mana is gone.
But eventually we'll get some defensive items, and now that you know how to trade, I'll show you guys kind of what to look for. So a bunch of items that pretty much will scale pretty much until the end of the game for just insane amounts of evasion, to the point where, like, unless it's a boss, it's not going to be hitting you. And we can actually get Grace relatively soon as well. You're going to learn PoE now? Yeah, that'll be good for PoE 2. Now, as far as doing the other League mechanics, I'll try it again in the next act. Sometimes they're separated kind of by acts, maybe by your level as well, in terms of how good they are. So right now we are in the Broken Bridge. We're going to usually hug the right side of the map in this area. What we're looking for is Kraityn. So Act 2 is basically one quest. The whole quest is based off of bandits. And these bandits, you get to pick one of them to side with, and depending on which one you side with, you get some sort of like bonus. The one that we will be siding with is going to be Alira. Alira has been the best for so long for like leveling. Later you can change it if you want, but it is absolutely worth it. This is why I want more movement speed potions. You see we're already out.
Yes.
Oh, what did we get over here? Oh, Summon Phantasm. Let's see, is it going to be up? Or is it going to be all the way down here? Could it be just down here? New season started? Yes, it did. It did indeed, Sam. Just started today. And then also Diablo had an update today, so I had to like work on both as I cover content on both those games. So like my two main games right now are probably Path of Exile, Diablo 4. Oh, we have our 2 skill points. We can slam that in now. Those bears actually slam for a lot of damage. Alright, so now with these 2 skill points, I'm going to go put them in here. And let's go ahead and now use our vitality. So now I'm going to do that, and it's going to reserve more, but now we get to regen. Now this one I'm not going to upgrade very much. Maybe like once or twice. And I also want to get clarity eventually. I think it required like a transmute or something. Let's see what we got. Some boots, some gauntlets, but Yeah, we could maybe get an upgrade here. Ooh, that's really good. Double damage is added. So now we're gonna move our shrapnel ballista over here, and I don't have anywhere to put this cold, so I'm gonna put it right there. And I still need to keep these gloves, and the reason why we're still gonna keep these gloves, let's see if this is better. 41, 36. That's fine. We're gonna get this waypoint over here, and we're gonna be looking for Kraityn. There we go, I found it. So yeah, it's usually down to the right. I thought it was gonna be over here, but it's RNG sometimes. Okay, so now we have Kraityn, and you basically get to side with one of these bandits. That's the main part of the Act 2. So you can, if you help him, you'll get extra attack speed, cast speed, and you get all of what he mentions. But he's not the best. Well, for me, I think Alira has been the best for the longest time, so we're going to go ahead and kill him. You can actually set up a bunch of turrets before, and then you can hit kill, and then, yeah. Nice, we got a transmutation. I'm gonna throw those down again. Extra turrets. We're going to pick up the amulet. It's very important. So now that we've gotten this done, and it is important to grab that waypoint, the crossroads, and I'm going to go back into town. And then we're just going to log out so I can save myself a portal. I could walk back, but I'm doing it fast. And then we have an extra skill point. So here, it depends on what you want to do. I want to make sure we don't have any mana issues first. That's like kind of one of my priorities. So I'm going to go over here and grab this mana node first. And it doesn't really matter in the order. If you feel like you want some more damage, you want some more movement speed, you can path to here first. You can get the extra accuracy. Getting crit doesn't really matter earlier on. Later we'll be scaling crit. But I want to get this ASAP. And that gives us mana leech. So then I don't have to have a potion anymore for mana. That's at least the goal. And now we will also gain a reward. And you can get the increased movement speed. You can get this that gives us extra resistances. This is actually a pretty good thing to grab as well. Or you get a rare belt. Now I already have 2 flasks. I think one of them has a drop. But if you want another flask, you can grab another flask. I like to have 3 mobility flasks, and that's why I did the quest. And this one gives us extra attack speed. So I'm gonna run this one instead of what we had before. Now I actually might have to go back to this because this over here. Well, the thing is that this is set up over here. So now we're going to have to go back to running this. Let's see, where is it? Well, Mirage Archer, Lightning Arrow. Ideally, we'd find a 4-link. We wouldn't have to worry about this, but I can check the damage. You can see this lowers our damage. So the number that we're looking at is right here. It says 393. This actually does more damage. Now, why would I swap? This thing has what's called chain. Chain is absolutely amazing. And it makes the projectile chain. So it means that when it hits a target, it will then target something else, and it is fantastic, and I can use this basically towards the end of the game. This also has a huge, massive amount of damage with elemental damage, and so what we're going to do is we're going to get scale flat elemental damage, and later that will add up. So now we're going to exit on the town on the left side. That is important here. We could talk to Einar. He kind of helps you kill stuff. He's part of another mechanic, but this is going to significantly increase our kill speed. Let's see if we can go up here. Okay, that's deaded.
I'm not up to that just yet.
But our mana problems will go away very, very soon. Dang, the music stops. Sometimes that happens in the game. So over here, sometimes you can dash across these little gaps versus walking all the way around. So with Einhar, there's these little monsters that he can capture, kind of like Pokemon. You gotta like weaken them first, and you can whatever he captures, you can like slay again and get some sort of reward. But that's usually for like the late game. You might play Lightning Arrow. Lightning Arrow is very, very good for leveling. I think it's like one of the best things in the entire game. Later, I like to do Lightning Arrow and Ice Shot. And the reason why I like to do both at once is because you can use what's called a Mana Forged Arrow and have things automatically activate, giving you extra attack speed, extra power charges. Like, you just get so much for free with that. Alright, so one thing I do want to get, ideally, you do kind of want to get the Riverways Waypoint if you can. I'm going to look for it. Because we are going to go back here. Even though I want to go towards this area over here, I want the waypoint for this area. Because I'm going to have to come back to this spot at some point. Otherwise, I'm going to have to walk all the way back. Oh, there we go. There's the waypoint. Nice. You can see our clear speed is excellent with this unique bow. And again, you don't have to get this unique bow. It's just, in fact, you guys saw it lowered the DPS, but it helps clear speed. And clear speed is very important. Oh, we can actually grab this. This might be an upgrade. Okay. I'll show you guys how to sell items as well later. Alright, so yeah, like I said, I want to fix the mana problems ASAP. Oh, we gotta go over here. So we're gonna go to the next zone, and hopefully the music will be good. What kind of mic do I use? So on TikTok, you guys actually hear a different mic. The reason why it's set up that way is because their program doesn't allow like gain. So you guys are listening to the Yeti, the THX Yeti, on TikTok, and then on YouTube and Twitch, you guys listen to. Ooh, that was a close call. That was one of those things where it freezes us. Oh, it actually summoned like a boss too. Oh, do I not have didn't have my thing set up? My shrapnel ballista. There we go. Because I swapped items over here. Okay, so we have maybe some stuff to grab. If you see any 2 stone rings, grab these. These will give you 2 resistances towards like 2 types, and they're really helpful in the very beginning. Oh, can we not? Oh, we have to be level 20 for this. If it's red, blue, and green linked, we do want those. Ooh, it's a good amount of. Ooh, this one gives us life. I think we kind of need more HP than anything. Like, our damage is like really, really good. Let's see. This one has like double, and then this is gonna work off of this. So like, if we go to offense, looking at the first number, 397. Ooh. It's a huge amount of damage by just adding that, and so I'm going to be greedy and go for that. And then with our amulet, I do definitely want to swap off my amulet. So let's see if this will be better. Spell damage is pretty bad. That one gives us strength. Strength in this game will give you extra HP as well. Alright, let's continue. So level up our lightning arrow. We're going to kill Oak. I'm going to reset the game because the music, for whatever reason, just decided to die. Okay, so we're going to also kill Oak. He gives us like life regen, like physical damage reduction. I mean, every one of these things will be good, but the best one is Alira by like a long shot. Oak's kind of tanky, so he'll take a second to kill. The best all-rounder in the game for this game, you could do a lot of different things with Scion. You could do a lot of things with Raider. Oh, do we get more movement speed? Yes, we got more movement speed. Sweet. I'm going to move that over there. If you move your aura gems, you're going to have to reactivate them. But this gives us increased movement speed. This one gives us movement speed. This gives us rarity. But this one has extra evasion, energy shield. We have extra lightning resistance and dexterity. And that's good. So now that we've got that quest done, I'm just going to go. We got the amulet as well. We are going to go return to login screen, and I'm going to do that just so I can save myself a portal, and I don't have to walk all the way back. And now teleport back to the Riverways. That's why I wanted that waypoint. It's actually not even bad to get the other waypoint up there as well. If you do get Oaks, you can get it if you see it on the way, but we didn't get it there. So you can see that strongbox almost got us eliminated last time because it froze us as soon as we opened it. But once we help Alira, we'll be gaining a nice buff. So yeah, with this bow, it gives us a lot of percent increase. I'll level up the vitality like 1 or 2 more times, and I think we should be good. We'll see what the regen looks like after. These ghosts are basically like the treasure goblins, but they're way worse in terms of their drops. Like, don't expect to see like a unique every single time like in Diablo. Oh, got so many boots now. Okay, let's see if we got any upgrades. I don't know why that cut. Oh, that's because it was red, blue, green. We should turn that in soon. Nothing too special with that. Let's see. No movement speed. Okay, if it has no movement speed, I don't really want it. We could vendor the items, but it's whatever now. Which League start do I reckon is better? Lightning Arrow, Bone Shatter, or Corrupting Fury? I would never play melee in Path of Exile. Never. Like, never, 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 never. For like a League starter, it's not like it's so bad that it's unplayable. It's just that it usually has like the worst time in terms of like speed and progression. And I'd rather have like a fast League starter and then I can swap into something when I have currency. Like getting a Raslaya's Coil or any of like the uniques or items. Certain builds can become good when you get certain things. Like for melee, I like to play what's called Flicker Strike, and that build is a pretty terrible League starter because you can't really start with it. Alright, so on this area, the Western Forest, we're just going to be going down and to the left until we find the black guards, and we're going to get this emblem. Now we're going to get this emblem, put it in over here, and we're going to go back to Act 1 to claim our reward for this quest. This is where like Path of Exile is like, if I wasn't here teaching you guys this, you would never know. Just random, this is not a new Diablo expansion, this is Path of Exile. It's a free game, and if you want to check it out, I can highly recommend it. It's not sponsored or anything, I just genuinely like the game. Not really a strong box, but like I said, strong boxes can be dangerous if they are unidentified. This gives us a number of sockets. So one thing I want to show you guys, oh, I won't be able to put in this vitality, but this is part of Path of Exile, and it's part of learning. Okay, so with this item over here, it's called a Jeweler's Orb. If I put this here, it's going to randomize the value of sockets that this item has. So it has 2 right now. I put this in. Now we got 3. Now it's not always going to go up. It can go down. It randomizes it from 1 through 6. Getting 6 is going to be very, very rare. But nonetheless, I mean, it gave us another socket. That's cool. But it's not going to be huge right now. No movement speed. Again, if boots don't have movement speed, just throw them on the ground. You don't need to look any further than that. This is going to be a nice upgrade. Oof, what can we... Precision coat going here, added cold damage going here. Bam, we got a little upgrade here. We got extra regen, more evasion, and more energy shield. Okay, cool. Because we were actually taking quite a bit of damage before. So I'm going to reactivate our buffs. And I'm going to look for Alira. There's another red, blue, green. We're going to want that for the chromatic orbs later. But yeah, I would suggest Jumping Joker for this the question of which one would be better. 100% Lightning Arrow. Artillery Ballista is actually one of the best for speedrunning, like if you really want to go fast, but I don't know, I don't like how it feels. Like you kind of throw it down and you move, but it's not bad by any means. It's like one of the best. It's just, I like the responsiveness of activating the skills yourself versus like a summon build. Okay, here we go. We finally found Alira. And she's not always going to be in the bottom right, but she can even be in the center of the map. So with her, we're going to help her. What this grants us is 5 mana regen for a second, which is huge. The crit multi doesn't really matter because we actually don't crit in the very beginning of the game. And then plus 15 to all your elemental resistances. This is huge. So we're going to help her. And now we take this, and now we have the awesome bonus. And we're going to start going over here so we can solve all of the mana issues, so I can remove this potion and put in another quicksilver flask. So now that we've done this, we can actually do a couple different things. We can go back to Act 1. We can actually go to the top. There's several different things that we can do. I'm just going to log. So we'll just go here, and we're going to swap characters, or to go to the character selection screen. So as soon as we finish helping Alira, we're going to do this. So, since we defeated the Blackguards, we have to go back to Act 1. So that's a little tab at the top. And you just go to Act 1. How do I know what items are worth picking up? By playing the game for a long time. And also, having a loot filter can definitely help. So I'm going to sell these items that have the red, blue, and green. This will give us the chromatic orbs. These are used to change the colors of the items. We can also look for... It's going to be rare that there's a belt that, or not belt, but a pair of boots that have all 3 green linked. Oops, I don't want this item. We can maybe look for a helmet. Doesn't look like there's anything here. There's only a shield that has 3 links. But as far as bows go, I'm not even gonna bother. There's pretty much no bow that's gonna be better than this for a really long time. So now we get the extra passive. You can also check out the NPCs. Sometimes they will update their gems. I don't think we need clarity, but I have 4 transmutes, so I can go pick up one. And we actually have an upgrade on the ring, so I'm going to swap the ring out over here. This thing's actually pretty decent for damage. It's just I don't have a 4-socket, like a 4-linked or even a 3-linked in my chest piece. We can check here, though. Doesn't look like there's one either. Okay, so we are going to get the extra skill point. And now we're going to go back to Act 2, and we're actually going to go to the crossroads. That's where we killed Kraityn, so yeah. Let's see how the mana's looking right now. It's looking much better. Okay, let's go try to swap off. Run into this. And if we need to, do I have a blue? Okay, perfect, I have a blue. So I can run clarity too. And if you run out of skills here, you can hold control and you'll get a whole nother bar. And like this one's on my control, but I can still activate it. Oh, is it because I have a different hotkey for something? It doesn't let me do it. Okay, hold on. It's because I think I have a hotkey on something else. There we go. So I have to do it on W. I think it might be, it's one of the hotkeys for one of the stream options. But now I have, you can see I still have the clarity buff. And I don't want to re-upgrade that one because then I'll have no mana. But just another few like mana per second makes it so I don't have to bother. And I can sit here spamming all of my abilities. Woo, there we go, level up again. And what I'm going to be getting now is this. Attack damage leached as mana. I'm just going to put 2 points in here. That should be enough. But we'll see. We'll see how it feels. And later we're going to remove clarity. It's just having like 2 points, like one, how much does it give us? 6.4 mana, okay. It's great. So what we're looking for specifically from the crossroads, now we're going to go to the Chamber of Sins.
Luxury and cruelty go hand in hand.
There's like a couple items that we can get here. So we can get the spike. There's actually several different paths in Act 2 that you can take first. It doesn't really matter the bandit order. But over here, I have some. Whoops, where's my notes here? That one is 3-linked, but unfortunately, we already have our bow ready here. So we can actually get the spike. I'm gonna get the waypoint for this area first, since I already went over here. Oh, this one explodes, so. Oh, we got our first unique in the game. Now, this one's not really worth anything at all. The Wild Slash. But yeah, I only have 1 lightning arrow, too. We're eventually going to get 3 arrows that shoot out. So this gives us evasion and energy shield. But I want it to also have movement speed, so no movement speed equals no go. Ooh, we got a tunic. Now this will let us swap off. And this one, it gives us a decent amount of evasion, but this one gives us a good amount of evasion as well. If we have a augment, sure, I'm going to swap the augment just so we can get something else. Oh, even more evasion. Nice. And then so I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it... it doesn't really matter. So now I'm going to move our setup over here. And you'll see how much more damage we get by swapping the gloves. So right now, again, we're looking at 485. Swap to that. 553. And that's an upgrade. And I'm not going to use these anymore because I'll use that for now. No move speed. I'm just looking for anything is just like even 1 or 2% more movement speed. I will absolutely swap. Okay, there we gotta go. So ideally, there's the waypoint. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. So now I'm going to actually go back to the Western Forest. You can do this kind of in any order, but I'm going to go grab the spike first. So I'm going to go back to the Western Forest after getting that waypoint. And this area is still uncovered, and we're going to be looking for a little cave, which should probably be up and to the left. But if you did, you can actually do this when you get the Alira thing. So we're looking for the Weaver's Chambers. Because each area kind of has a timer. And since we went to the reason why I did it in that order is because I don't remember the exact timestamp, but if we go to that area, since we already uncovered it, and I just at least go to the area, it'll keep that area refreshed. Because after a certain duration, the area has to reset. Yeah, we should be a-okay with our mana now. Ooh, actually, that kind of low on mana. So now we're not going to be upgrading our... we're not going to upgrade Clarity or Vitality or Precision anymore. We're done with upgrading those. Some auras will reserve a set number, like a 20%, 50%, whatever. Some will absorb a certain number. Is this beta? No. This is Path of Exile's out. Which game is this? Yes. Path of Exile's the name, Joseph. Starless Skies is not a good item. So we got the spike, got maybe the hood too. Could be an upgrade. So once we get this, we can log back out. Or how many portals do we have? 8. It's okay. Sometimes I like to just save as many portals as possible, but anything over 10, like, you can just go back if you want to. It's up to you though. So now we have some other options. The one that we want to get is elemental damage with attacks. This is great. Trinity is also pretty good, but I want to level this thing up, so I'm going to put it over there. This bow is actually quite okay, and like I might have more stash room than you have, because you can buy stash space. Now, is it going to give you a huge advantage in the game? I would say it does give you an advantage, but in the very beginning, having 20 stash tabs is not going to help out. It's not a big deal. This has way more evasion. What else does this give us? 2 resistances? I would rather just take all of the bonuses to evasion. And do we have... Okay, we have something to level up that. Maybe see if this ring is good. Ooh. There are 2 resistances. Better than that. Okay. And then I'm just going to sell all of the garbage. If you hold control, you can instantly open up the menu for the trade. Oops, we don't want to trade that. I don't think we need this anymore. And we are good. Okay. And always check out the vendors. Sometimes they could have some upgrades. I think this guy also sells stuff. Groost. But yeah, ideally we'd find another 3 green linked in a piece that we can swap. So maybe like a helmet, and then I could swap off of this. But this is actually like not that bad right now. So like right now on our defenses in terms of evasion, we have 59% chance to just not take any damage, which is actually pretty good. Anything above 50 is pretty solid in the earlier stages of the game. But now that we have the spike, we can go back to the Chamber of Sins. And we're going to progress. Grab those boots. There is another area also that we can go to, called the Crypt, which we'll go to after complete this part. Defeat the Blackguards. Ideally, I want to swap to elemental attacks instead of this like combat thing. It's not bad though. I mean, it gives us extra mobility. It's basically a replacement of a older skill gem called Onslaught. Which granted you both like attack and move speed. Oh, Fuser, that's very nice. This is used to fuse links, so if you are missing links in an item, you can use that, but I'll be honest, it's probably better just that you trade these earlier on, because they're super valuable, and it's a lot better. Oh, we're getting a couple uniques here. That's cool. We need more, you can see we're out of like wisdoms. We've been identifying too many things. and not picking up enough scrolls of wisdom. Look, the game was listening to me.
I'm not up to that just yet.
This is why I like having so many more like flasks here. And that's why I like to solve my mana issues so I don't have to worry about that. And if you want this thing to stop appearing, if I right click on it, I can always upgrade it at any point, but I don't reach the requirements for the intelligence anyways. Oh, that sound is not from the game, but that's from the Twitch sounds. Wish you played Pee-wee, feel like you'd be too far behind. No, the league just started today. The league just started today. So you are not far behind at all, my friend. Wouldn't be that bad to run that. But now we're going to get this gem over here, and we are pretty much good to go from here. So we can talk to her, but it doesn't really matter. So we can go to the character selection. Let's go back in, save ourselves a portal. And now we are actually going to go to another location called the Chamber of Sins. So we're going to go back to the crossroads, and we're going to go down to the other area. So, ooh, a Chaos Orb. This is great. So how it kind of works is a Chaos Orb is like a $1. Think of it like if you're in America, that is. I'm going to right-click on this so we don't level up Vitality, because I don't want to mess with my mana now. And we're going to go from the crossroads to the Felshire Ruins now. But a Chaos Orb is basically a $1. A Orb of Alchemy, which is what we traded for this, is basically a 25-cent. And a Divine Orb is like a $100 bill. That's kind of like the currency. Anything other than that, there are some currencies that can go in between. But that's like the basic breakdown of Path of Exile. But yeah, don't feel like you're ever far behind in Path of Exile, because people always make new characters. But if you're talking about you be far behind because you don't understand the game, I have a full walkthrough. That's what we're doing right now. We're teaching people how to play the game, because I know a lot of people come back to Path of Exile all the time. They may want to play a newer build, and they want to try something else out. There's buffs, there's nerfs sometimes to certain things. So yeah. Oh, Putain. That you haven't played in a while? Dang, now's the time! The new league just came out today. Alright, so what we're looking for in Felshire Ruins is the Crypt, and we have to get to the Crypt level 1 to get the Trial of Ascendency in this area done. We can also technically go back, since there's the waypoint. Do I have any? I can clean up my inventory here, because we might get lots of items. And what are we at? 37, okay. Each act in the very beginning, like the first 2 acts are like really long because you don't have movement speed. And then from here on out, we can get massive, and I mean massive damage by getting this. So what I like to do in the very beginning is I like to push for this ASAP. And what this means is we're gonna, as long as our accuracy is higher than our maximum life, we get 40% more damage. It is huge. It's one of the best nodes in the entire game, because our crit strike chance and our crit strike damage is like nothing. Our crit strike chance is 8%. We have a crit multi over here of 195, but our crit strike chance is so low that getting 40% more damage is just going to be way better. Now, the other one gives us basically 95% more damage, but that's on an 8% activation rate. And all we need to do is get our accuracy high enough. And our accuracy is, where is it? Oh, here we go. 490 accuracy rating. So we just have to keep our accuracy rating above our HP, and that's actually pretty easy to do. There's going to be a few set of nodes that we may take earlier on.
Go with courage.
Then we can grab our next aura. We can get Herald of Ice, Herald of Thunder, Ash, and Snaring. So in the very beginning, Ice is going to be better, even though we're using Lightning Arrow. Herald of Thunder, we can't really level it up, and this reserves a flat amount of 25. Oh gosh, the guy's thing is pretty funny. It just keeps on going off. Alright, so I'm going to remove like where it's like the added cold damage, because I'm going to swap off this for now. And I'm going to use Herald of Ice, but I'm going to have to remove some of my other auras, and it will be worth it. We'll level up our elemental damage with attacks. And we are going to continue. So, now, we're going to go back into... Wait, did we get rid of... Wait, to get rid of the items. I'll get rid of the items here. Okay, so we'll go sell the items. And like this, could I trade it to another player? Sure, but like I'm kind of too lazy at this point to go list items. So we're gonna go back to the crypt, and there's a Trial of Ascendency in this area, and that's what we're actually going to be using this area for. And then we're going to use the Baleful Gem to get to the next area. There's actually another quest in here that you can do as well. I forgot what it's called though. It's through Sacred Ground. Which, if you want the reward for, I mean, like it's usually so close by. We'll see how close it is, but we're looking for the Trial of Ascendency in this area. That's going to let us go to our next like super class. Ideally, what we want to try to find is a item that is red, green, and green. So we just got, I think this was the first shrine that we picked up. I don't remember if this is our first shrine, but a shrine, you pick it up just like Diablo. The PoE node tree is complex. Yeah, you definitely need to follow a guide, otherwise you'll get kind of lost in it. But it's okay, we have the guide. I will be your tour guide. Oh, there it's Trial of Ascendency. It looks like it's up. Here we go. Ooh, got a lot from that one. Alright, let's see if this is good. This could actually be really good. 229. Lightning Res. I mean, it's pretty good. But the problem is it doesn't have the socket colors that we want. Nor the, the amount of sockets links that we want. So this one over here that is going to be like these little spinning spike things. And you can see that they do damage. Pull a lever. It's going to keep on going. Some of these switches, by the way, they will actually do nothing. They're literally just there as traps. Like this can maybe change the orientation of the way that the traps are going, but there we go. And that was it. That's a pretty easy one. These are like the little tests.
When the night falls.
And then, let's see, it's probably over to the right. If it's over to the right, we can just get this quest done. You can get a small little reward. I'll show you what the reward is. Okay. If it's close by, I don't really mind, since it'll give us some XP. And it's totally fine to be like a couple levels over the area. Ideally, just not like 10 levels, because then you get really bad XP. But this one's a pretty fast quest. Sometimes I don't mind just doing the quest because you can get maybe like a yellow rare item. Like right now, our belt is pretty bad. Our amulet is really, really bad, but a lot of people usually just try to focus in on getting to the end game as quickly as possible. So now we're in the Crypt Level 2, but we'll get our quick reward here. You can see I have my triple movement speed flasks. But you can see where the little icon is for the quest. Jeffrey, drop the bow. We want the golden hand. Go back, and we could log out. But no, we did not quit Diablo. There's just a new Path of Exile League that came out today, and we're going to be playing that. So what we actually want to do is get some more accuracy. So if I want to type in the accuracy or HP or whatever the case may be, like this is a massive amount of accuracy with bows. There's actually another node I think that you can get where it gives you, it might be actually over here. This one gives us 100 accuracy per green socket on the bow, and that's usually going to have a couple. So that one will give you just a massive amount of accuracy. There's another one that's a pretty insane one where it gives you, yeah, 500 accuracy. Oh,
fresh meat.
That spooked me out.
6 months anarchy lol katana flip.
Thank you, Tall Dark. I really appreciate the sub, Arena. Let me give you katana flip for your sub. Arigato. But it spooked me out because Butcher's not in this game, but that's the point of that little sound. So we want to look at the other accuracy masteries. So you'll see that there are some that we can grab. Now, do I want to grab this one? This one's actually not bad to grab because we will eventually get the extra arrow here, and then we're going to get another extra arrow. But this one can be okay as well because this one's giving us increased damage, attack speed. Like, these are all great nodes to grab. I don't think I'd push for this one over here. I'd rather just push for this one. But I want to grab this ASAP, and we'll barely meet the accuracy requirements. What we could do is not run Vitality and Clarity. I could probably just swap off of, yeah, I could swap off both of those, and we'll be A-okay. I could throw in the Herald. And then that way we can level up our precision. But level up lightning arrow for now. And we'll take our reward over here. So this grants us 2 respec points. This will be useful later, so that's why we did the quest. But now we are going to go back to the riverways. So yeah, Act 2 is like all over the place. We got go here, we go over there. But yeah, we actually did play Diablo 4 today. We tried out the new update. There's a new update to the new endgame. The Abattoir of Zir. They made it easier. And it's not really too much new content. But now we're going to go back to the wetlands. This is where we killed Oak. But we're going to actually go further into the forest this time. Can actually grab that life flask. Because it's better than the other one. It's a greater. It gives us more HP.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Okay, there we go. I love having the turrets because the turrets are so great in the earlier stages. Someone's hitting for lots of damage. Sometimes you may come across a rare monster and he will just obliterate you. Oh, we got one more. All that for like one small item over there. Okay, this one's unidentified. Hopefully it doesn't freeze us. Okay. It's only the one that instantly freezes you that you need to be scared of. The rest, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why this glitch happens, but like the music just goes away. What am I hoping that they change or improve in PoE 2? Man, PoE is such a good game. They could make crafting a little bit more accessible. So now we're going to go to the Vol Ruins. I think they're not changing the skill tree in the game. We could make, what time is it? 46 minutes in. Let's go explore this thing. So this thing is giving us extra little wisps. And this is actually going to be something where we get to actually get a new Ascendency, but I don't know how early on that happens. A trophy, what does this do? Oh, a ring, okay. Whoa, 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 what was that damage? Like, that's like unreal amount of damage, though. Holy. What is the damage? Oh, it's like a boss or something. This is ridiculous difficulty. But, I mean, the rewards are definitely, like, not too bad. I mean, getting jewels this early on is cool, but... These little frogs that just run up and explode on you. Dang, okay. Let's go level up all of our stuff. Okay. Oh, the ring? Okay, I haven't seen this before. But yeah, the difficulty is incredibly hard for, like... What is it, level 24? This monster level is 20. We're above it by 4, and it's that insane. What does this thing do? Oh, it gives us this little wisps. So you have to find, like, I think these vendors in this area. It's kind of like a mystery that you have to uncover. So grabbing these is like the currency, right? What's that? This is brand new content for me as well. And like what I like with PoE is usually... there is a sense of discovery. Somehow they make it so it's harder to data mine it now. Because a lot of the uniques, like I checked literally this morning before, and they did not all get like leaked or shown off. Oh wait, you need to pick up these, I think. So these give us these new currencies, these little like wild wisps, these little purple orbs. So we have another skill point, and we're going to grab this. And watch our damage. We go from 590 to 824. That is huge. Like, actually massive. But I got to make sure we keep up our accuracy higher than... Okay, so that lets us go back. But can we still venture? Oh!
If you have a name, do not speak it aloud.
Okay, I'm not going to let it go through everything. Okay, so choose... Wait, we can instantly choose our specialization? Oh, so we found Breaker of Oaths. I want to pick this one, though. Okay, I don't know if it costs currency to swap to another one. Or if we can just get the level 20 skill immediately. Is that how it works? I don't know. But the one I know I want to get is called the Warden. So we have Warden, Warlock, and Wildwood. This is the brand new thing. Yeah, I don't want to select that guy. So now, can I still continue? Oh, no, it
Not
stops.
up to that just
It
yet.
looks like the little... Oh, so once you see the exit, that's it. There's no... We got a couple more wisps, but... Okay, let's see what we got here. So we got a ring. Oh, that's a pretty solid ring. What do we got with this one? What's the other one giving us? It's like... it's giving us extra life. How are our resistances right now? It's okay. But I'd rather get to this one because it's got extra attack speed and life. That's kind of nice. What about this one? Nah. And then we got a jewel. Now, let me explain how a jewel works. So you have to get on your passive tree a jewel socket. And once you get a jewel socket, you can put in jewels inside the socket. So that's how a jewel works. But that was definitely, like, rewarding. But like I said, it's way too difficult. Like, the difficulty of that area was insane. We almost died like 4 or 5 times. Ooh, a unique. It's one of those like loot goblins. Okay, nothing I really want. But let's check out what this item is. So it's giving us lots of strength, physical damage, attack, 10% increased life. This is actually a pretty big W for us. So let's see how much damage it gives. Ooh, nice little damage, and our HP goes up. So nice little unique upgrade. Cool. I feel like the uniques in this game actually have too low of a drop rate, considering like a lot of the uniques, you don't even get them towards the end game, and by the time you're at the end game, all of them are garbage. So you know, since you were asking me what I hope they change in PoE 2, absolutely the drop rate of uniques earlier on, I think should be increased. I'm talking about the trash uniques. Like that, like this one's considered pretty bad. Like it's not going to be worth anything, but it's nicer to have as we're progressing. That was like a good like little drop for us. I think we've gotten 3 uniques so far, so I want to say they have upped the drop rate. But with any game that has RNG, yeah. But pick up any 2 stone rings that you see. If we get any, what's called essences, we will be popping them. So we're leveling up our Herald of Ice. So if I want to, we can use Herald of Ice. I feel like our damage is good enough, but if I throw this on, I don't even know if we can still use our attacks. Okay, well, fine. I don't even need to remove anything. Awesome, perfect. And what does this thing do? Well, it gives us 6 to 8 damage. Now, I want to show you guys something that's pretty important. This thing is incredibly overpowered. What is this? Like, our damage is actually pretty crazy right now. Okay, so this is one thing that's important in Path of Exile. This thing is crazy overpowered. But going into my character sheet, you see how we have 1074 for our damage, right? If I turn off this, like this only gives us 8 damage, right? But it's giving us almost 100 when it says 6 to 8. Remember, all of your things start getting scaled based off the bonus elemental, and then you just get crazy amounts of damage. Okay, movement speed. Nope. If it doesn't have movement speed, I don't even want to read the rest of it. It can give me 100 HP, and well, man, 100 HP is pretty good, but like I just don't want to run anything that doesn't have movement speed for boots. And then with this Chaos Orb, maybe we can make a purchase for getting like maybe a Fox Shade, and that could be used to give us extra movement speed. I'll show you guys some items, and keep in mind you don't have to buy the same exact items that I get, because you may not get like that. Like I have 1 Chaos Orb. Do we have any Orb of Alchemy? We have 2 Fusings. Okay. And if you want to know what's the ratio, because there's no gold, right? In this game, all the currency people know, like this is about 3 to 1. Like 3 of these or 4 of these equals sometimes 1 Chaos Orb. Like you just have to know these things, unless you go to like a trade website. There's not like in-game, there is a vendor that will exchange things, but he usually gives you a bad ratio. But it keeps the game's prices kind of in check. Alright, so we're still leveling up precision because I don't have the bonus, because I wanted to rush this, right? So what we're going to do to solve the problem of resources, or to make sure that this is always active, because we have to have more accuracy than HP. We can get this. This is not bad to get, but I do want to path up here to get the extra arrow, because getting 2 arrows is significantly like better. So I want to try to push for this now. This will require us to put 3 points into this, but it's going to give us so much accuracy. It's going to actually be our first upgrade on one of the nodes. So any of these that we can get a notable after we put 3 points in. So like this one I can get a notable, and we'll eventually probably get this one, but What else can we get? Mirage Arch duration is kind of nice, but we will eventually put points into here. But I want to path up here. I want to grab this one that gives us 500 accuracy rating, which is our chance to hit. And pretty much throughout the entirety of the game, we will never have to worry about accuracy until we get to the end game. And even then, with a ranger, it's basically free. There are some classes, like any melee-based class, you actually have to invest into accuracy, which sucks. Because if you don't have accuracy, you don't hit the enemy, and it feels bad. It's like you'll miss, your attacks will miss. With spells, you never have to worry about that, which is awesome. But it's only really with melee that you have to worry about that, because dexterity, oh gosh, that thing is a loot goblin. What do we got over here? Nothing. We got these gloves. Increased rarity. Like, the reason why I was thinking about these gloves, if we get Fox Shade, I need to swap something else out, which is an item that we'll get right before the boss. Oh, you follow the yellow wisps for that one. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Spork. Appreciate the info. So I want to see if we can unlock that passive tree. Let's try it. If we see another one of those little, like, newer things, go to it. Alright, now this is important. This is optional for me, but absolutely mandatory for any brand new player. And since this is a brand new player guide, I'm going to do it. It is the most important thing. So you're going to go from the northern forest, okay? From the northern forest, you want to go over here to the Dread Thicket. This is going to allow you to get your first hideout. Okay. Now, you don't have to go in here, but since someone said you can follow the yellow ones, so we're supposed to follow the different colored wisps. I'm going to see if each one of these kind of branches out. That's cool. Oh, see, I see the yellow wisps. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Thank you for letting me know. And this is, I guess, how you unlock the different ascendancies, but I don't know if it costs...
Traveler, keep your name your own, traveler.
Okay. Oh, hold on, we gotta kill these things. Einhar can go in this area too, that's cool. Alright, so I'm gonna choose the this specialization. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit accept, yes. So do I have... We get this immediately? What? That is crazy. Okay, so I wanted to get this thing called the tinctures, but I don't even know if tinctures drop. Does she sell them? Purchase items. So she sells tinctures immediately. Woo! Okay, so let me show you guys what these do. Oh, it costs 400. Okay, so chance to gain onslaught. We have 25 crit strike against enemies that are full life. Overkill is leeched. What's the other mods in this? Oh, this one's just unmodifiable. Chance to gain onslaught. All damage can ignite. I want the all damage can poison. That's what one thing I wanted to build. All damage can freeze. Ooh, that's pretty cool. 14 mana per enemy killed is massive. Holy. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Okay, so that is pretty big. So what do I want to get in the very beginning? So we have some options. This could be pretty good too. Like, okay, well, okay, where's... Oh, I already chose the specialization, so we can change it too, as far as I'm aware of. So this one's pretty insane earlier on. If I have no gems in my boots, I can just get 30% movement speed. Now, I wanted to grant the thing where we can get the... I wonder if this is something I have to activate. I kind of want to check out this thing, because it gives us bark. And I want to know how good this works. Because there's like little information about this. But what this does is it makes it so we can have 30% movement speed. We can have increased maximum life if our gloves have no sockets in them. So if I just put everything in my chest and my weapon, the defenses from body armor are doubled. Like, this thing is really... Oath of the Magi is crazy good in the very beginning. Oh my gosh. But on top of that, the tinctures are these new, like, basically you put them in your potion slot and it's just going to automatically activate. And this is why I wanted to play this class. It's so dang good. I really just want to try out this thing because I just don't know info. Now, can I refund these? Oh, these only cost 1 point to refund. Okay, so we can refund these. Okay, so how does this skill work? I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, we actually have to activate it? Oh, it's a reservation. Oh, so it's 15% armor per break, minus 15 physical damage taken from hits per bark. Gain 1 bark each second if I haven't been hit by an enemy. Lose 1 bark when hit by attack, maximum 10 bark. That's a massive amount of increased armor. 2% more chance to evade attacks per bark below maximum. So you get 20% more chance to evade. I'm going to try out this thing. It's pretty cool looking. All right, so I'm going to remove this. And we're going to put on bark skin. I didn't know it was going to reserve, but I want to see how this works. So it takes 10 seconds. Wait, where's the, does it show the stacks? Oh, you can see the stacks over here. I'm going to put it on my middle mouse button, just so I can see the stacks. So it goes up to 10. Oh, now we're just covered in bark. Okay, cool. All right, I want to get the tincture thing, but like this I can activate right now. Ideally, I'd probably move this over here, and I just get 30% movement speed, so I can go through the campaign way faster. This is cool, though. I didn't really know how it worked. Now, is it good for you guys to get this? I honestly want to say that the movement speed one is just like so overpowered that like for doing the campaign, it is like incredibly OP. So we are just gonna remove precision and put it somewhere else. What can I put it in? Herald Device is fine. I don't have to have that, and I don't really have to have clarity. I want that 30% movement speed. Now, is it? Let's see, movement speed. Movement speed 46. So okay, so yeah, that 46% movement speed is going to be massive. Okay, so now we can continue playing, and we will hopefully get the. Oh, we have 500. We can actually get the maybe some of the items from her in a moment. But yeah, that's going to be massive for campaign. Okay, so now we can go collect all of these. So that's really cool. I like the design. I wish that at the very end she would appear at the end versus now I have to go back. Oh, can you not go back? Let me see. I'm actually kind of curious. This is more testing right now. Oh, we have more of the wisp to collect. We have 1,000 now. Oh, so I could have. Now I could buy these, right? Okay. So I really like that. Like 14 mana per enemy killed, all damage can freeze is kind of cool, but nothing really here is like super exciting, and I'm pretty sure this stays, right? Like this doesn't get erased, like we always have it. Oh yes, Chris, we're actually doing our walkthrough right now, no problem. Is this PoE 2? No, PoE 2 beta doesn't even come out till next year. So where's our other, I guess we only have Vitality now for our mana reservation. Oh, we need precision, though. That's actually required. Hold on. Oh, yeah, we gotta activate this. And what did we activate before? Oh, I think we had, clarity, but I can't put any gems in here. The reason why is if I put gems in, I lose out on that bonus. And man, the game feels so much better. But anyways, yeah, we're going from Dreaded Thicket over here. And we're gonna get the first... hideout that you're allowed to get in the game. And a hideout is very important for trading, and it's going to be important for the light later in the game, so we want to get this now. Oh, nice. Got some Scrolls of Wisdom. But yeah, if I see that all damage can poison, there's actually a good thing. Okay, so you see where it says Lush Hideout. There's a fleur-de-lis. It looks like a little blue, like a spear. And what you have to do to get your hideout is clear out the area. So I'm going to do the full thing so you guys can see it, as it's very important to get a hideout in this game. Because a hideout will let you go back to it. And it's very important for like trades. And it'll say like hideout unlocked after we kill this guy. But this is the last guy. Oh, nice. A couple more. Okay, level up. Nice. We're 26. Sometimes there's like one small enemy. I don't know if it'll say hideout unlocked because I already have it. One thing that you can always do if you don't know where the last enemy is, throw down some turrets or some AI. But that bark thing seems actually not too bad. I just didn't know it was going to reserve. Since it reserves, would I use it? Like, would I swap it over like Grace? Because it does reserve, 25 is a pretty big amount too. It's not like it's free. But it was like, what, 15% armor per stack? Like 150% more armor. And you get basically evasion with it. Could be okay. You know, I haven't fully tested it out yet. But I'm pretty sure we have... Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, it says in the top right, hideout unlocked. Okay, so I already had it. So now we're going to go back to the other area. And hopefully before this boss fight, we can maybe go trade for another item. So we're going to hide this thing over here. And we're going to move up and grab this specific plus 500 accuracy rating, and it'll solve all of our accuracy issues for the most part in this game. And then maybe we can get 2 or 3 Orb Alchemies. I'll trade my Chaos Orb, and then I'll show you some other items that you can get that are kind of nice to have in the earlier stages of the game. Man, I love lightning arrow. I only have 1 arrow too. Imagine when we get 3 arrows. Oh, our clear speed's gonna be so good. And we don't even have elemental damage with attacks. I'm actually not really minding the momentum because now we get to like move even faster. But it's fine that they moved Onslaught because now you can just get Onslaught with a flask and I just perma upkeep it. So now we're in the caverns. There's another one of these areas. I kind of want to go in. This is like kind of fun. And we're going to go for the yellow. Is this the yellow path? Okay, here. So I don't know if in the very beginning it's kind of like you get to choose what path you want to be on. Ooh, it's a lot of damage. Since I have a little bit more mana to burn, I could probably throw in like steel skin here, and I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Do I have another red socket? I do. Perfect. Is this a boss? Looks like, okay, he just kind of looked like he was serious. So you can get shrines in here. Okay. I kind of like this where you can't really see where you're going. It's almost like a delve. But yeah. All these areas, by the way, that we're going into, these are all random. Oh, okay. That's it. We didn't even get to find the person. Now, if you don't find the person, do they spawn guaranteed every single time? I'm kind of curious. No, okay. So that one we just got like the currency, but I don't know if all of our currency is saved, like it's not in our inventory or anything. Does it go away after every single run? Oh wait, can we go more? No, okay. Well, that's what we got. Oh, finally, maybe an amulet that we can use. Oh, we had a better one, but this will probably be better. Extra damage, life, dex, and int. Okay, because we can't really benefit off of spell damage really. So let's see what we can maybe get. We can get maybe Prism Weave. That would give us a massive amount of bonus damage. Do we have another green for like the Herald? Oh no, I don't. I kind of like keeping dash. The reason why is like you can hold. Like right now I have Q for my movement, right? I can hold QW and it'll automatically activate it every single time, which is awesome. And now we're coming up pretty much to the boss. So ideally, if we can, I'm going to check out and see if we can get maybe get a Prism Weave. So I'm going to go back to town just so we can maybe trade. This is all optional. Once again, I'm going to the Path of Exile trade website and we're going to be looking up a couple items. So items that would be good for us. Prism Weave. This thing can be very good. Oh, is the trade website down? Refresh it real quick. Okay, so yeah, this thing will be good for 1 chaos because it's going to give us massive amount of extra. I would take the unidentified one over that one. So if we can get this one for 1 chaos orb, it's not bad. So we'll see if he sells it to us. Okay, cool. And we're going to identify it. You can buy unidentified items for people. And I'm going to click on the little swirl. It's going to go to his hideout and they could have anime background. Sometimes they have just, okay, I like how it literally was that. This is a really nice item to get in the very beginning. So now we're going to go back to the act. But like you can customize these hideouts. You can have, you know, anything that you could draw, you can make in the game. So let's go back to this area and now let's check out what we got. So The important role on this is the resistances, and you can get anything here. So let's go ahead and see what we got. And we got a 9%. So the highest one is a 15. If I hold Alt, I can see the high and the low rolls. But this is going to give us massive, massive damage. Like, check out the amount of damage we get. So remember, damage is, well, sometimes the damage thing, you got to actually go back. And let's see, do I have any Orb of Alchemies? Nah. Oh, we can maybe check out and see if this is better. 3 to 5. It's giving us life, resistance. I'll take it because it's giving us HP. Because we're going to lose HP because we're swapping off of this belt, which gives us massive amount of life. Because it's giving us all that strength that we need for our character. So we're going to go back to the caverns. Do I think you should use... No, Ring of Starless Skies is a terrible item. It's not really used in any build. So with Prison Weave, okay. Yeah, going back to the damage. So we have 1,012. I swapped this. Boom, 1,700. This is almost double DPS for getting this belt. And it's a relatively cheap belt. Again, 1 Chaos Orb, maybe a couple Orb of Alchemies. Later, it'll go cheaper. The longer the league goes on, the cheaper the items get in this. Ideally, we probably should have looked at like a 4 link, but I love getting Prison Weave earlier on because it just does incredible damage. Which lets us shoot once and keep on moving, and then the little Mirage Archer will also just delete things for us, which is great. And I want to get 2 arrows. Ideally with Lightning Arrow, 3 I think is like pretty solid for the entirety of like the playthrough. But if you get more, you can get like bows with additional arrows, and that's very nice. Nice quality of life. But having more arrows with Lightning Arrow, there are ways where you can get it to do more damage, but for the most part, we're going to be swapping eventually to Ice Shot, but we will still use Lightning Arrow in a what's called Mana Forge setup. Oh, you know what I talked about, but I totally forgot because I spaced out, is getting a Steel Skin, because we had extra mana, right? Because I swapped off some of the auras. Go talk to him, but... So if you type in the word Aura, you'll notice she doesn't have any except for, I guess, Skitterbots, which aren't actually that bad at all. These will chill and shock enemies, which is actually quite nice. But if there was any other gems I could maybe purchase from her that I wanted, I could go purchase them. But instead, what I'm going to do is go back to Act 1, because different vendors will sell different things. So we're going to go back to Act 1. This is all optional, by the way. I just remembered to tell you guys about this, so I'm going to at least give you that knowledge. So this thing called Steel Skin. And we don't have the strength for it right now, but you can get a lower level one. You can decrease the level of the gem. So right now you see how it's level 7. I can't use it. Well, if I go to sell items here, I can put in the gem and an Orb of Scouring, and it will lower the level. Now you can see it's level 6. Now if I had a bunch of these, I can keep on doing it, but eventually I will get the correct level. I should have got this maybe earlier, so it would be a lower level, because some of these, when you purchase them, it does scale. But depending on the NPC and vendor, they can be level 1. And it depends also when you get them. But ideally, hopefully we can get this extra accuracy here. And let's go back. Go back through a portal. But if I did have room, I would socket this in, and I would bind it to my left click. And what that does is, every time I activate it, I can absorb some damage. It costs mana when you activate it. I'm not going Toxic Rain. No, Toxic Rain's slow. I like Lightning Arrow. Anything that has to go up in the air, then go down, too slow for me for like the campaign. For late game, I don't think it's that bad, but earlier on, I don't like playing things that have like a delay. And it's like reaction. Like, I can just shoot and it works. So in this ancient pyramid area, you can just keep on going up via the stairs. Okay. So that is our first divination card that we picked up, and it requires 3 copies of the same card, and then you can turn them in and you can get something. But now our mana is like super good right now. So I don't even have to have a mana flask, which is kind of what I like to get as soon as I start.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Yeah, Prism Weave just gives you a bunch of different elemental damage. Alright, so now we're at the Pyramid Apex, so this is where the boss is at. This boss has a slam. So the important thing with this boss, when you hear him activate some like gear looking sound, it'll sound like you want to move out of the way because he's about to hit you and that one-shot you. But other than that, the boss is pretty easy. I mean, we should have like so much damage that it would be like an absolute face roll, but it's the only thing you need to worry about. Well, class running, we're going to be playing Lightning Arrow because it's really good for leveling. And then I'm going to go to Ice Shot, but I'm still going to run a Mana Forged Arrow, so I'm going to benefit off of having like the bonus shock damage. Because Ice Shot does more damage, but Lightning Arrow applies the shock. But there is a tincture that can make everything shock, but it's fine. The Mana Forged is like free anyway, so I'm not going to waste my tincture on that. Instead, what I want to do is all damage can poison and run Cosprey's Will and just have everything apply poison, which is going to be awesome. Wow, this is actually way too easy. Okay. We absolutely face rolled this boss, but it's because Lightning Arrow is just such a good skill. I don't even think I heard his sound once, but if you see any of these crafting recipes, click on them. We can use them later if you want. Honestly, crafting Path of Exile for a beginner is like several hours of teaching, and I'll teach you guys some basics of it. And by basics, I mean finding one thing that the item is missing, and then we would continue on that. But let's go ahead and just wrap this one up because this act is taking us a little bit longer because we did a little bit of exploration in the League mechanic. So right here, we are going to be moving towards Act 3. All of our gems are leveling up. Now we can start upgrading our precision a little bit more. Because before we had all these other things, so our mana was getting a little low. So we have to save Clarissa. She says thank you, and we're going to meet her back in Act 3's town. And that'll pretty much wrap up Part 2, Act 2 of our Beginner's Guide walkthrough. So we're going to go to Start Encampment, and boom, we are now in Act 3. So there we go.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
So we'll go touch the waypoint, and I'll go show off the skill tree, and then we'll go grab the Pob so you guys can have it. PoE's the best RPG. I mean, it's definitely up there for me. Like, no questions about it. Diablo 2 is pretty high up there for me as well. But let's go ahead and, well, we have the next act unlocked. So next time in Part 3, we'll be doing Act 3, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, drop a like on your way out, and I'll see you guys in Part 3, Act 3. Peace out.